bizarre video of Gavin Newsom talking to reporters in the wake of the fires that happened in Los Angeles, specifically discussing land and how he wants to move forward with the rebuilding of Los Angeles. Got a lot of people who maybe were not privy to the conspiracy theories early are now a lot privy to them and saying, okay, is there some sort of weird land grab going on with all of these natural disasters? So yes, there is a land grab, and I'm going to show you proof of that. Now, do I need to go into conspiracy? Do I think that these things are happening on purpose? There's weapons of mass natural destruction and there's targeted things. I'm not even going to go there. I don't know. I'm going to assume no. But what I do know is, yes, there is a land grab, and I do know that you do have politicians that will never, ever miss the opportunity to take advantage of a good crisis and use that crisis, even if it wasn't caused by them. We can get into the other stuff. That's a whole other video as far as negligence. I'm talking about the conspiracy theories of like targeted. We don't have to, because there's enough there that we know that there's incentive there for these governors to take advantage of a crisis. So I'm going to show you the video of Gavin Newsom that got people talking like, hey, what the heck? It caused me a lot of deja vu. And then I'm going to show you what these governors have been up to, because it's not just Gavin, it's a few of them. All right, so this obviously was in the wake of the fires. The embers are still burning. The toll of people that are missing is going up. And this is where Gavin Newsom's head was at. So it's what he was saying, also his weird behavior, where people are like, excuse me? And also, we weren't talking about that at this point. Here's the video.
Of issues. I was just talking to Josh Green, the governor down in Hawaii, who had some ideas around some land use concerns he has around speculators coming in, properties, and the like. So we're already working with our legal teams to move those things forward, and we'll be presenting those in a matter of days, not just weeks.
Oh, and just so you know, that's always how it's going to be framed. It's always going to be framed, we're protecting you from predatory people coming in and trying to buy your property. But is that the whole truth? I don't know. You tell me after what I show you. So who's Josh Green, the governor of Hawaii? Well, this is a video of Josh Green that is very eerily similar to the timing, sort of inappropriate timing and confusion that people got, actually prompting Josh to come and clarify his statements. So again, this was Josh Green right after the fires in Lahaina, while again, the embers were still burning. People were still missing. This is what he said.
Thinking about ways for the state to acquire that land so that we can put it into workforce housing, to put it back into families, or to make it open spaces in perpetuity as a memorial to people who were lost.
Just the timing, a little bit odd, okay? And I don't live in Lahaina, but I kept seeing video after video, and it seemed like all the people that lived there, they didn't want the government buying their land. They didn't want other people buying their land. They just wanted to rebuild on their own land. So that was really interesting that he said that. And let's look at these governors again. So this is Josh Green again. Look at the date here. December 17th, 2024. Western state governors eye public lands for affordable housing development. So yes, and I'll show you more proof. There is a land grab, and there is incentive for these governors to want to buy that land and put in affordable housing units. So again, you don't have to be a conspiracy theorist to go into all these things. There is a land grab. They do have incentives of putting lots of affordable housing units in these lands. And they do have plans to implement smart cities. That doesn't mean these things are intentionally happening, but never lose the opportunity in a good crisis. So you had the governor of Hawaii, Josh Green, the governor of Nevada, and the governor of Colorado all meeting to brainstorm ways in which they can acquire more land. You see, the governors on the West Coast in a lot of these states, they have a problem because the federal government actually owns a lot of that land, and it's protected land. In California alone, the federal government owns almost 50% of the land, and the government manages federal land for many different purposes, including natural resources, mineral oil, gas resources, timber, wildlife, fish, recreation, national parks, national monuments, national forests, national historic sites. So a lot of these are our beautiful protected lands that they are protecting and preserving for reasons. It's interesting here because they say a bipartisan coalition. I think it's just Democratic mayors, but Western United States continuing to face a shortage of affordable housing, state leaders are looking for ways to leverage one of the region's largest assets, public lands. And the West is unique in that the federal government has a large footprint on our area, whether it's the Bureau of Land or Forest Services. That's the governor of Colorado. So a lot of the work that we need to do for our community planning for growth, for housing, it really relies on strong federal partnerships. In Colorado, the mountain resort community of Summit County became the first in the nation to lease land from the U.S. Forest Service, which controls more than 3/4 of the area's land for the purpose of building affordable housing. The agreement approved last fall would allow officials to build 162 income-restricted rental units on an 11-acre parcel of land, with several of these units going to Forest Service workers. The Forest Service recently lost the ability to lease land to local governments after Congress. So there you go. Oh, and read this part. The Southern Nevada Public Land Management Act was passed in 1998, but the state became aware of that provision in the last 3 years and has developed specific policy that allows us to sell lands to qualified affordable housing authorities. So yes, basically they were restricted from getting their hands on these lands, but were able to find a provision. So now they're basically brainstorming on how to acquire these lands for the cheap and put affordable housing. Here's the thing also. So let's specifically talk about the governor of Colorado. Colorado is a sanctuary state. Colorado saw an increase in homelessness over the past few years amid a big influx of illegal immigration under the Biden administration. So here you have governors that are actively advocating for people to come in their states, actively advocating against the removal of these people, which is increasing homelessness, increasing affordability of homes, decreasing the availability of affordability homes. And then they're saying, we're going to have to buy it to put affordable housing units on your protected lands. You see where you create the problem and then create the solution? So yes, there is a land grab. And I always say, if you want me to stop being a conspiracy theorist, although in this you don't really have to, it's all there, then stop being weird. For a governor, while you don't even know the amount of people that are missing, the fire is still going, not even at a 50% containment, and you're coming out here talking about land, and you got another governor calling you talking about land? That's weird, dude. That's weird. You're weird. That's weird.